Last year I completed my first ever half marathon race. And now this year I'm going for my first ever marathon. Dulce, do you think I could do it?
I don't know. I never counted. I am not really a math guy.
Let me give some context on my running because believe it or not, I didn't start off loving running like I am now. I actually quit cross country twice in my middle school and high school career. I quit once in 6th grade, did it for a couple weeks, went to like Saturday long run training, and I was like, it's hot. This is not for me. Then I also quit again in 10th grade. But then 11th and 12th, I fell in love with the process, got my friends to do it, went after this big goal at the time of trying to do 18:59 or sub 18:59 in the 5K in cross country. I achieved that goal, was super proud of myself, super satisfied, because there really is truly a beauty of setting out a running goal and then like going out and achieving that goal. I mean, achieving any goal is an accomplishment ever. So doing that in running is also super satisfying. But after high school and cross country, I just didn't really go anywhere with my running. I was running super casually, just running for fun, just running here and there, joining the running clubs at FSU, doing nothing serious, doing a couple of 5K races here and there, like a family weekend 5K or a Santa run 5K, things like that, doing like anywhere in between 10 to 30 miles per week. But I was keeping up with running, keeping up some base level of mileage. But then I signed up for a half marathon, and I did that race for the first time, my first time ever trying to tackle 13.1 miles. My training for that was like super weak and super loose, and I didn't even know what an energy gel was going into the half marathon race. So maybe I could have taken one or two to try and boost my performance. But that performance, I was just trying to go sub 2 hours, which is like a 9:09 minutes per mile pace. But I like blew myself out of the water because I did 1 hour and around 41 minutes and some change. But I wasn't the only one to do the half marathon race at the same time. Someone came in about 15 minutes ahead of me, and that person was my high school cross country teammate. We always ran around the same times in practice in all the races, and he ran a 1 hour and 25 minute half marathon. He completely just destroyed that thing. And I also had another friend who ran and finished right around the same time in that half marathon race, right around the 1 hour and 25 minute mark. And I knew I didn't really give that race my all. Like, I knew on the tip of my tongue that I left something out there. At the end of the race, I felt satisfied and I felt accomplished, but I knew I could achieve more. And that feeling that you could go out and get more, that's a great feeling, that hunger inside of you. And that's what made me set a super scary goal at first. I mean, it still scares me now, but now that I've gotten used to all the marathon terminology of what is the wall, taking electrolyte powder, doing marathon paces in long runs, taking a whole bunch of different energy gels by themselves with like 50 carbs per hour is what you need for running or around there, and then taking some caffeinated gels. And just doing the whole marathon process, you start to get used to it. I mean, going into this training block, I never did more than 13.1 miles. This whole process was new for me. Going from 14 to 15 to 16, setting new longest run records week to week. It's a very scary feeling, and hitting those long runs for the first time, your legs are beat up to the ground. But somewhere I knew eventually I'll get my place to somewhere I could achieve 6:52 per mile 26 times, and then a little bit more to achieve a sub 3 hour marathon. Will I get it my first ever marathon? I don't know, but since it's my first ever marathon, I'm going to be happy just smiling and completing that thing. If I get like a 3:45, I'll be like, your training doesn't really reflect that you should have gotten a 3:45, but I'll be happy. I'm like, I completed my first marathon. I'll give it another go in the future. Maybe I'll complete way more marathons in my lifetime. We'll see how I like this one. But sub 3 hours, it's a definitely challenging goal, but it makes you put a whole bunch of energy into running. And you sometimes have to sacrifice some things. I've said no to some late night social gatherings. I've said no to alcohol since October, so that's been a couple months of staying dry. And overall, I've been slowly progressing towards that sub 3 hour marathon goal, hoping for the right weather conditions on race day to do it. And there is this type of joke and stereotype with marathon running, like, oh, you're not gonna win the race. But I mean, that's the whole beauty of running. Everyone has their own story to tell. Everyone has their own running journey. For someone's gonna do like a 350 marathon in the same race that I'm gonna do possibly a sub 3 hour marathon, and the 350 for them is the same significance to them as a sub 3 is to me. Time doesn't really matter. It does, like, to the individual sometimes, but overall, it's just about your whole running journey and the whole overall benefits of what running could give you. And I've been influenced to go sub 3 by a couple like micro and big influencers on YouTube, whether that's like Nick Bear or Floberg now trying to do like sub 240s, or Matt Choi or Nico Felik who have broken 3. And then you have like Kofuzi, who has also broken 3. And then the person who got me into running in the first place, Casey Neistat, after like 27 marathons, he finally broke 3 hours. It's a very difficult goal. And some YouTubers they've done marathons and haven't hit it, such as Joshua Hubbard or Andrew Poza, the midlife runner. So it's definitely a scary goal, but one that I am going for and will taste so sweet if I cross the finish line in sub 3 hours. I will do it in my lifetime. I might not do it in my first race though, but I will try. And no, sub 3 hours isn't breaking 2 like Kelvin Kiptum or Eliud Kipchoge. I mean, those fast runners doing like 4 minutes and 30 seconds per mile 26 times. Bless their souls for all their marathon training that they do. Like 180 miles a week, running three times in a day. Those are dedicated athletes. All credit to them. Eliud Kipchoge is such a humble soul, and Kelvin Kiptum might actually be the first athlete to break 2 hours in a real race, even though Kipchoge did it in a race with some pacers and a pacing electric car. But I'm going to try and break sub 3 hours on February 11th, 2024. Here we go. It is now 48 hours until my first ever marathon race. And 48 hours before a marathon, this is when you have to start thinking about carbo loading and loading up those glycogen stores. The carb loading recommendation is about 5 to 10 grams of carbs per kilogram of body weight. So that means I have to consume anywhere in between like 400 to Featherstone has me at 1,000 grams of carbs per day today, which is Friday, and tomorrow, Saturday. So I have a whole bunch of bagels that I'm gonna slowly eat through. I have some apples here. I'm gonna go walk to my college Target to get some bananas, and then we can start carb loading, because carb loading actually starts this far out, and some could argue even further out, but I'm just starting today, 48 hours out. I will have some pasta tomorrow. I'm gonna pick up my family from the airport, and it's gonna be an exciting day tomorrow. The shakeout run, hopefully I can see a couple friends who are doing the race. Whew, my nerves are definitely at the peak, but the hay is in the barn. I had a good taper week. Marathon paces started like spitting out of me because of the nerves, but I'm ready, and I think I'm going to say my A, B, and C goals right now. So my A goal is to get that sub 3 hour marathon. I could qualify for the Chicago Marathon automatically as long as I get under a 3:05, so that would be neat if I do achieve that. My B goal is to get a sub 3:15, and then my C goal is to get a sub 3:28. And why a 3:28? Why so specific? Because that's the time of the 1904 Olympic Marathon. If you don't know the story about that, it is hilarious. Like, someone tried to cut the course. People were like drinking alcohol while running it. Wild times about a century ago. But I have my race day kit picked out. Tomorrow's the bib pickup, and right now I'm sort of just vibing. I already have my marathon playlist ready. Call me crazy, call me hyper obsessed, but I didn't listen to my favorite artist Conejo Malo, Bad Bunny, at all in the last month because I'm listening to 3 hours of him tomorrow. So I just want to feel that peak energy, Luffy in gear fifth, to achieve the best I could achieve with my fitness on Sunday morning's race. Speaking of the race weather is not perfect. It looks like it's about 1 to 2% going to hinder my performance off of what could have been the ideal weather. It looks like it's going to be around 60 and cloudy at the start to like 65-ish and still cloudy at the end, and the humidity's up there. Can't complain too much considering it is a Florida race, but not ideal conditions. And also the course itself is hilly. I think that the tallest point is around like 250 feet, and there's a total of around 600 feet of elevation. So not a flat course either, and it is a net decline from start to finish, but 600 feet of elevation climb throughout it is significant. And all I can do right now is not to squeeze in a speed workout, even though the lack of running this week, the lack of intense running, kind of had me bugging on a stack this week. But tomorrow I'm going to introduce some electrolyte powder into my hydration. I'm not going to overhydrate, and overall I'm very excited for the race. The nerves are there. It's been harder to sleep the last couple nights because all I could think about right before I'm going to bed is this race, hoping I don't bonk, hopefully I don't fall from grace from the wall around mile 20 that hard, and hoping I could hold on to 650 per mile pace for most of the race, if not all of it. We'll see. Here's the cat being airport security, checking what I got. Oh, a new pair of Vaporflies. These have 0 mileage on them, and they're only for race day. I got 8 bananas and 2 Olippops, which are a trendy drink going around right now, kind of like trying a Celsius or a Prime drink. And these are not for carb loading. They only have 16 grams of carb. They are for a post-race celebration. And I've never tried these before. And I got some flour because we're gonna bake bread. Bread is a, ideal way to get carbs. And then I picked up this fruit juice.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
3 minutes. Now we're gonna start shaping it a little bit. Put a little bit of flour on the top.
A marathon runner's dinner, some nice carbs, and then I'm gonna eat this tomorrow. I've never been so displeased with food before. I have these 2 bagels, and then that puts me at 800 grams of carbs for the day. It looks like I ate around 4,000 calories, which means I technically gained like a whole pound, but this carb loading isn't about weighing yourself. So I'm gonna go read and then get some good night's sleep, because tonight's sleep is actually really important because I might not sleep that well tomorrow night. So that's it, and then I'll see you tomorrow morning. It is Saturday morning, 24 hours before the race starts, and you know what's for breakfast? More carbs. My brother and I are on the shakeout run, knocking out 2 to 4 miles, easy pace, or easier than easy pace. We knocked out the 5K on the dot around the Florida State campus. Here's my loaf of bread, one of the 2 loaves I made yesterday. Carbs, baby. I just printed out the course map to show my friends and family where to go and how many times they could see me. They see me for just 5 seconds running by and cheer me on.
We are close to 1,600. It's
1,600 runners. It's time to pick up the bib, and there's not that much to do at the expo because this race is on the smaller side, only 200 to 300 marathon runners, and then like 1,000 or so half marathon runners. We're here at the franchise Runner's Paradise before a marathon. I got some savory and creamy fettuccine alfredo with grilled chicken and broccoli, and I ate a ton of those breadsticks. To get me to go one more tomorrow, I'm watching the Breaking 2 documentary starring Eliud Kipchoge, and I may or may not be crying. We got the iconic Runner's Collection right here the night before the marathon. I already put the bib on the singlet. Got my 6 gels, 3 caffeine, 3 non-caffeinated. My GoPro that I'm gonna carry tomorrow through hopefully all the race. My 20-ounce handheld water bottle. And fresh new Vaporflies I've never worn. So the goal is to wake up tomorrow at 5:30. The race starts at 7:30. And I'll probably get to the course area around 6:30, so an hour before. And then we'll do our dynamic warm-up. I'll say my hellos to everyone who I know who's doing the race. And then we're off. It's game time.
Next time you guys see me 6 a.m., it's gonna ball out. Shout out. Shout out Casey.
Yeah. Legendary video. One of my favorites on YouTube of all time. Race day, baby. I probably got like 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Here's the fit in the kit. 3-inch Nike running shorts, the singlet, and I'm gonna wear a hoodie until I warm up.
You're running it too?
I'm doing the half one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that full one, man, it looks scary,
Your
terrifying.
name is Chavez, right?
Yeah.
Max, you ready for this shit, bro?
Whew. Yeah.
Bro, I've been seeing your long runs on Strava.
Yeah, I've done everything I could.
On Strava.
We're near the race start, about an hour early.
Good morning.
Oh, hello.
How are you? Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Hey. Good luck. How are you?
Hey! What's up? Hello, hello.
Coming in there. Is that her? Oh, good. So she slept on the bed.
Okay. Sir. Yes, sir. That's a dog right there.
Watermelon Click sponsored for money.
It's a dog. Kipchoge. You know, 650 pacing today. We're 13. Sir.
Oh, it starts there?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta get right at the front.
Yeah, we do.
I feel like that's a huge disadvantage.
It is. No, like last year, it took me 30 seconds to cross the starting line.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Chavez about to do his first ever half marathon.
You're gonna kill it, man. You're gonna do so good. You're gonna do amazing.
Here we go. You got this. Remember, take it slow.
Yeah,
take it slow.
Yeah. All the trading.
Runners, set, go!
About 21 flat for the first 5K. Yes, sir.
Go throw it.
Yes, sir. All right, let's go, boys. Let's go.
20 first mile.
Let's go, John. Let's go, Crawford.
You guys are doing great.
Only 17 miles. Full. Says full marathon. Because that's what we're doing, baby. We're 10 miles in. Split off from my pacer for almost the first half, and we're doing well. Sub 650 pace, which had me worried. Did I burn the match too quickly?
You're doing it, honey. Proud of you. You got this. You look great. Woo! We love you. Woo!
128 for the halfway split. And then I met up with Christian right after the halfway point, and we paced each other for most of the second half. Every step into the unknown. 0.4 miles to go. I think I'm gonna do it. Sub 3, baby. I finally rest and watch the sunset on a grateful universe after I have some Blaze pizza with all those meat and veggies toppings. I went to Wingstop, got some lemon pepper wings with a ranch and fries, got some McUltra beer in my system, some hazy IPA, Doritos, Takis, indulging because it's also the Super Bowl today, and it's complete.